Hi folks, so after the success of my last job, for some reason decided to come back and do another one. So I'm here today with this Hitachi 2.6 tonne. We're at a job fairly local. Going to be ripping up the grass here, and we're going to be putting in a Type 1 base with some concrete on top for a new shed. It's just a nice little shed, no weight in it, so don't need to be too strong for the foundations. So yeah, we've just got to strip up to this post, up to the fence, all the way back to that other post there, up against the fence, and then we've got to move those two fence posts there down a bit so they've still got access to the garden here so they can come and mow it. We've also got this trampoline here, it's going to be coming out, so we'll lift that out with the digger, and then a lot of the backfill is going to go into this hole, which will make it nice and easy. Alright, we're just going to nip to the other field that we've got here. There's a bit of a leaky pipe in one of the fields, so we're going to dig that up and expose it so that can be looked at before we start anything else. But yeah, once that's dug up, then I can carry on with what I was doing background here, so it makes sense to get this done first, and then the other people here can carry on with that while I'm busy digging up. Some good progress now on this side of the house, so we've got that section there dug up to the level that we need, and then we can carry on bringing that across to this side here once that levels up, and then it makes it nice and easy just to carry it across basically. Building up the soil pile here, and then the customer's going to use his tractor, and that's going to go into that hole over there that we lifted the trampoline out of. GoPro unfortunately died. I've plugged it in now, so it should be alright, but yeah, so we lifted that trampoline out, and then a lot of soil can go into that hole over there. So we'll carry on digging this and catch up with you. making some pretty good progress now. Got at least half of this dug out, just about to the right level we need. And then once it's mostly all out, I'll head back in and get it right down to the exact level. But yeah, it's pretty nice soil coming out of here, which helps it, because if it's dry, it's much easier to shape the ground. Whereas if it's all wet and splodgy, when I go back in, my tracks are just going to make all the levels go all over the place because of the weight of the machine. So this is nice how we are. That tractor's nearly full. Got this nice old Ford tractor. Sounds good. Nibble away here at the fence. These two posts that you see, they're moving, so it doesn't matter if we move those now, but we'll probably save those till later. Get the majority of this dug out for now. So if anyone knew what I'm doing now, this here is the grade that we want. So because our machine's sat level, we can swing across and you can see where the bucket's hitting the ground, so we know those bits are too high. So you can see there where it's too high. So from here pretty much, it still needs to come down just a few mil. Nothing exact, doesn't need to be laser level standard today, because we're just going to be putting some stone on top of this and then a concrete base. Alright, tractor's back now. There we go. Yeah, I'm still just using this corner here because when we first started digging this this morning, my GoPro cut off, but basically what we did was we did one stretch there, the length of what we're digging, just with the width of this bucket here, and then we got that to the right depth, and then what we can do with that is, as we're working along, just keep putting your bucket there, and then you know that's your depth, and then off I just kind of pull it in like that. It's not quite laser level precision, but for what we're doing, it's perfectly good. So yeah, it does the job. It's a beautiful old Ford, that is. head over there to where he's tipping it, just going to level that back off, and we'll see how much more that needs. Should be about enough once we track over it, because it will compact quite a bit. Okay, we are back now, day 2, final day. So we've got all this dug out now. We've just had another delivery of stone that's come. So we're ready to go this morning. That stone's going to be levelled out across this pad here. And then we've also got a lot of soil down there, which is the excess from the backfill yesterday. We need to level that out. And then we also need to finish off behind the house. There's that pipe that we dug up as well. So that needs to be filled back in, sorry. And yeah, we should be all done after that. So yeah, let's go. So yeah, same thing as yesterday with this lawn. You normally wouldn't want to track in soil this much on a lawn because it makes it harder for the grass to grow through. But because they use a ride-on mower to mow this lawn, I want to track it in because otherwise, within a few months' time, it's just going to cause a big sinkhole almost. There'll be big dips in the ground everywhere where the soil is and isn't compressed. So it needs to be tracked in like this and then just scrape back over it afterwards to loosen up the top surface of the topsoil, because then that bit will naturally squish in as it's driven over with the mower, but not to the point where, you know, there's big holes and sinkholes everywhere. So yeah, it's getting there now. It's nice and level slowly, but it's quite a difficult one to level because the ground in general isn't flat here. So we're trying to just blend it in to how it was before, but before it wasn't flat. So we're just going to try and do what looks right to the eye and just keep checking how it's looking, basically. So yeah, I can see that bit there is going to be a bit high, so we'll push that back just a bit. And what I've done is I've got my blades in a lower position so that any bits that stick out too much will just be pushed forward and dozed in anyway. So it kind of does two things in one for you by doing that. It just saves time having to go back and keep pushing in little bits. If you've got your blade down, it'll do it for you. So yeah, that bit there's a bit low, so we'll just push a little bit extra that the blade didn't get. There we go. There's still some bits of turf stripped out from over there, which is sticking up, so that will help the grass grow. Alright, you join me now just as we're heading back to the pipe we got to expose yesterday, so we're going to go and fill that back in now. It's been repaired, so ready to go and fill that back in. Let's get leveling out this stone. So we've got all the pegs in there, and they've already been leveled off, so we know that that's the level that we need to work towards. So yeah, the ones down there are a bit high because this ground is sloping it going downhill that way, so we know where we need to level the stone off to. So yeah, let's get started. So we've got all the type 1 down now, leveled off. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out, considering that was mostly off-eye, a few pegs in there, but as the stone starts to fill up you start to lose track of them pegs, so you have to go off your eye, and yeah, it's looking pretty level. Yeah, just need to shovel it into some of these corners, get that neatened up a bit more. But yeah, this edge here, that's not too bothered about that yet because we need to put the fence posts in, and then once those are in, then we can neaten that up. But until then it's not worth it because we need to know where the holes are going to be. But yeah, we've got one more fence post to go into the ground here because originally the gate was there, but we're going to move that down here now. So yeah, machine's doing pretty well, making nice easy work of this. To switch to a shirt as well because my sunburn's getting quite bad, so I'd rather not let it get any worse. Right, so type 1 is all in, levelled off, graded down to the correct level. This is ready for the concrete to go on top now, and then they'll be putting their new shed on top of this. Perfect for the summer days. It's unfortunately not quite as sunny as it was earlier. My arm's quite badly sunburnt, but yeah, it's gone in now. But yeah, we've also got this graded off here, just using the blade on the machine to get a level. It's not quite as luxurious as a tilt rotator, unfortunately, but it's done the job. And then this path will eventually be for when they pave it themselves. Okay, and we've also got all this down here levelled off, so this is most of the soil that came out from the ground over there. Yeah, it's just blended in as best as I could. Thanks again to Tipper's Tool Hire. Machine's been really great, always arrives clean. We'll be using Tipper's Tool Hire in the future. Thanks for watching the video, take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.